let's just run through initial reaction following the 1-0 loss to the 11.
Yeah, obviously, I think for us, looking at the level of the performance, I think we were a little frustrated with our own performance. I mean, forget everything else. I think the first thing we always do is look at ourselves. I think we were a little frustrated, and we've been able to spend some time going through some things with the guys that, you know, some very valuable lessons that we can able to take from the game.
Created a few chances, but weren't able to finish any of them. What was the message to the entire group, really, as you look to up those goal-scoring opportunities?
I think, look, when you look at the actual game, I don't think that they caused. I don't think Greg's had a save to make. I don't think their keepers really had a save to make. I thought it was destined to be a 0-0. It looked like not really, certainly from our standpoint, not a great game. And then obviously the penalty gets given against us. So, you know, sometimes you get decisions like that. You need to accept it. But the easy thing for us to do is to blame the ref. For us, it's more a case of looking at our performance and you know, what can we take from it. You know, what things were we happy with and what do we need to improve on. And there's a few aspects that we want to be better at, and it gives us an opportunity to speak to the guys around that.
James, what were a few of those aspects? You kind of touched on that just a little bit.
I think our shape, I think, you know, the quality of our passing, I think transition, I think our press, there was a number of things that we could have been better at. I think, and you know, the great thing with the guys is they're so open to that, and they're so frustrated themselves. I think that, you know, when you get a game like that, you obviously want to be and give a really strong performance. And we felt as if we were off. You know, as I say, the easy thing for us to do is to make excuses and to blame. I think for us, we try and find a reason and try and sit down and go through it. And the guys want to get better. So for us as coaches, it's important we spend that time trying to dissect the game, to give good information and make sure that the reasons we're giving them are correct.
Now, we're slightly more familiar with Nashville after the 2-0 win to open the season. What have you seen from them since that point?
Yeah, I mean, again, Daniel started watching Nashville today when I've been with the guys. So again, for us with Nashville, obviously playing them at home, I'm sure they'll have a big crowd. It's another local derby, if you like. It's fantastic that we had this regional rivalry where you've got Indy, Cincy, and Nashville. So the rivalries we really look forward to and we're excited about. You know, it's a game that we're looking forward to for sure.
James, you kind of mentioned it and touched on it a little bit, but it seems like you're pleased with the way that your guys have bounced back. Is that the way? Do you kind of watch those guys closely after a loss to see how they handle it and if they've done it the right way?
Look, for us, I think, you know, it's disappointing when you get that. I think, you know, the fabulous thing about our guys is there's a desperation to be successful, and there's an urgency around that. I think so. It's for us when you get a game where, you know, as I say, you don't win, you don't maybe play as well as you would like. It's trying to look for solutions and figure out maybe what could you have done differently. And honestly, I need to do a better job. I think for me, it's, you know, I break down the players, but the first person I look at is myself. I break down my performance, and I think, okay, there's a couple of things I needed to be sharper at. I needed to give better information. I need to make sure that there's better understanding. So that falls on me. You know, some of the guys I thought played well. I thought there's a few of them were a little bit below. But as regards myself, I think there's things that maybe I could have said differently and prepared a little bit differently. So, you know, the first person I always look to is myself. We don't make excuses. We look and we analyse and we try to figure out, and we move on from there. And our process is the same. You know, the guys who've started have sat with me. We've had 4 hours going through tape and breaking stuff down. Daniel started watching the opposition, the ones that didn't start. We trained them first thing this morning. So, you know, the process for us is the same. It's trying to make sure that you're not making emotional decisions and you're analysing in the correct mindset.
Injuries have been an issue clearly for the last couple of weeks. Do you have any news, updates on availability?
Not really, to be honest with you. I mean, we're still sort of trying to bat that away. Again, you know, for us, it's looking at who's fit, making sure that we can get guys out there that are capable and managing. I think what we do need to do this week, we're playing on Sunday, and then obviously playing in the Open Cup Wednesday, and then, you know, the following Saturday. We need to make sure that we manage the players this week. So the training load needs to be lighter. Certainly the start of the week, we need to try and see can we get some recovery into a lot of the guys that have got, you know, hamstrings, niggles, you know, aches. I mean, Kyle, they're not stitches, but he's had his head glued. So there's multiple facets that we need to just manage for the early part of this week.
And then speaking on the Open Cup, are you going to have one eye on Wednesday night? Do you plan on watching those two battle it out?
Yeah, I mean, if we can, for sure. I mean, that's something we're aware of. So, you know, equally, it's trying to look at that and see what we can pull from that as well. Yep. Cheers, guys. Thank you.